Child, I'm just over it completely. I'm sick of it. Anyway, let's do this video about Star, if I can find my notes. It was a good episode. I thought it was going to be as aggravating as last week. It wasn't, but they packed a whole lot of information in one little episode, and I feel like we could have been getting bits and pieces of this throughout. But you know, Lee Daniels, he loves to throw together, ooh, let me put this storyline in there real quick. So anyway, Angel is here. I thought we had got rid of her, but he in the bed and they kissing and carrying on, and now Atlanta is a safe haven city, which Simone's whole big storyline since we've come back has been fighting the good fight. Now that's completely over. It's like we ain't see the resolution. With these shows, it's like we have this big thing that's so important to this this character, and then the next episode, well, that's done. Like, girl, I mean, I wasn't really invested, and as a matter of fact, it was on my nerves that she had asked for this divorce, but also she's fighting so fervently to get her husband back. That was really worrying me. But it's like, okay, it's just done. It's just done. It's over. All right. Same thing with when she was going with Karen. All of a sudden, Karen dead. Rip. When she was going with Cuban wife, all of a sudden Cuban wife gone. Rip. Maybe, we don't know. You know, when you date Simone, you go missing. But Angel found his way back, so it's I don't care. Apparently the condom broke, so I guess in Star's universe they don't have plan B. I guess because she got enough money run down to the pharmacy. I'm trying to understand. They was looking like, oh no, what is we gonna do? Like, girl, go down to the pharmacy. But they gotta have this ongoing conversation about if she is or if she ain't gonna carry a baby if and she's pregnant. And I said if and because I'm country. I don't care. I don't care. Naomi Campbell is sober, and she blowing up Alex's phone, trying to tell her, hey sis, sober. She wrote a letter. You know, she calling, I guess she emailing, she might have FaceTimed a time or two and such, which to let her know, girls, gather round. Sobriety. We didn't see Naomi Campbell, so I really don't care. I don't like it when there's a character as legendary or an actor as legendary as Naomi Campbell and Queen Latifah, and they just make mere mention of the character. I understand that this probably was filming this. I'm assuming this was filming around the time Queen Latifah's mom passed away, and you know she had to go deal with that maybe. I don't know. That was a while, but I don't know. But she's been gone 2 episodes now. But she was gone some episodes last. She just be gone. For her to be a headline on this show, she'd be missing a lot. Anyway, to have some people as legendary as Naomi Campbell and Queen Latifah and just make mention of their character and not show me their character is aggravating. I don't care for that. In the meantime, Gigi is over there giving Queen radio, you know, do you think Harriet Tubman had a nice effing dress on with some nice effing heels while she was taking slaves? Pause, explosion. To freedom? You know, she's giving all of that. Her and her aunties, you know, I call her lesbian auntie and her lesbian aunties. I'm going to call the aunties Curly and Red. Red, she was a big problem this episode. We're going to get on into it. Curly, she ain't had too much to say. But Curly and Red in there, they smoking weed in the studio and they, you know, giving banter back and forth and hollering across the room. And it seemed very ghetto. Now, I've never listened to Queen Radio. I've listened to a couple of clips, but I've never listened to Queen Radio. So I don't know if that's what they do over there. But it's a lot. It's a lot. I like my radio format to be a good time, but I also don't want it to be too much of a good time, because I want you to give me this information. I want you to play these songs, and I want to feel like I'm a part of this, but I also don't need to feel like I'm at my cousin them house. You know what I mean? My cousin them. It's a couple cousins them. My eyes just look so little. Are my eyes too small for my face? That's why I need to get my glasses back, because I'm looking at the camera and it's like, they're so tiny. Like, I got all this face and then just like, girl. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, Queen Radio. Or Gigi Radio, whatever they were doing. They were talking all this mess about Alex and giving, you know, she's whack, and this song sounds like unwashed ass, and don't it sound like I was like, I've never in my life heard an unwashed behind. I haven't. I've heard flatulence. I've heard cheeks clapping when the girls want to twerk from time to time. But the sound of unwashed booty, I've yet to come across. What does it say? Is it like the person walks in the room and then you hear the butt back there like, I'm unwashed? Like, what is it? What is it? I'm concerned and confused. Anyway, moving along. Bruce is saying, clap back at Gigi. Derek is saying, no, don't. And they're giving her angel and devil on the shoulder. She looked amazing. Can we talk about how amazing Ryan Destiny looked sitting on the porch with that long, wavy wig, giving you, brown outfit kissed by the sun, just legendary and luxury, all wrapped in one. Just, oh, the ghetto. I wish I was brown so bad. I want to be brown so bad. When I'm kissed by the sun, I look like I have kissed the sun. It's not the same. When the browner girls are kissed by the sun, it's like bone apple teeth. Bone apple teeth. Oh, the ghetto. Anyway, Noah over there, he got the baby. He was doing a little interview about his new album entitled Sober. And this episode really brought me into the perspective that Lee Daniels only write about drugs. He write about hardships. This show is like Precious Extreme. Precious, if Precious could sing. Precious 2, The Voice. Like, it's like everybody mama was a crackhead. Everybody themselves is doing a little piece of crack. Like, what is going on? Y'all are going to jail. Period. Anyway, Noah, he's picking up the baby. Simone meeting him to pick up the baby. I don't know. Everybody picking up the baby. You take an arm, I take a leg. We picking up the baby. They see each other, and Simone sees Noah with the bottle of pills. She's like, what's that? He's like, oh, it's just Oxy for my back. It's just Oxy for my back. Never mind the fact that I was taking Oxy for no reason back in the day. This is for my back. It's got a purpose. I really feel like that doctor was planted by evil twin sister. I really do. I do. EYE, I do. What I like, I do. I do. Hey, what I like, I do. I do. I didn't know if I was had no idea what was about to come out, but it came out. And we thank God. A little bit of Cardi B and Scissor. Because I'm not calling her SZA. I'm not calling her Zaza. I'm calling her Scissor. Anyway, what? Brandy and Lance Gross, I couldn't hear what they was talking about because every time I see them together, I go into a blind rage remembering that movie that Tyler Perry wrote, Giving Journey Smollett, AIDS. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about what they was talking about because I don't recall. I genuinely have no knowledge of what they was talking about in this scene, but go with me. Journey Smollett and Lance Gross was married, and if you haven't seen the movie, maybe you want to skip ahead. Maybe you don't care about spoilers. I'm gonna talk about it. Journey Smollett and Lance Gross, they was married. They was high school sweethearts, honey, and they was coming up in the world. He was gonna be a pharmacist, and she was working for Vanessa L. Williams. I don't know. Was Kim Kardashian in that movie? I'm getting strong flashbacks, images of Kim Kardashian, and I don't need that in my life. That's like that time that Nicki Minaj was in that white movie that I went to see with my mama, and I'm watching, I'm like, oh, white people, Cameron Diaz and the whites, because Cameron, she kind of colored, but not in the outward appearance. She colored in her last name and colored in her daddy, but not in the outward appearance. Kind of like me. You see the white people on the screen. I'm like, okay, white people, they whiten, all right. Or maybe a little offbeat. I can't rock offbeat, I'm sorry. And then all of a sudden Nicki Minaj pops up sitting at a desk, perched all up, and I'm like, what have I come into? What have I come across? Now, I have put all of my cares and worries aside to come and watch this white movie with my mama, because I don't do a lot of white media. And here come Nicki Minaj popping up. The ghetto literally just leaped. It leapt. It was here before me. Anyway, Tyler Perry. And then we'll get back to Lee Daniels. He wrote this movie, what's her name? Journey and Lance, high school sweethearts. I think Brandy was Lance's sister or a best friend or something. Journey Smollett then got on down to this office with Vanessa L. Williams, honey, and she ran across a client or something, and he was debonair, honey. He had a private jet, and he was wealthy, and he was doing all of this. And so she left Lance Gross, who by far was much cuter than the rich man, but okay. Left Lance Gross and was all up in this man. Well, first she was cheating on him, then she left him, and then she tried to get back with him, whatever. Long story short, in the midst of all that, buffoonery, she caught the AIDS. Now, she didn't just catch HIV. They said AIDS. Capital A, capital I, capital D, capital S. And I was like, dang, she didn't she didn't have HIV, and then they got her counts down, and it was undetected, and no, she had AIDS. And at the end of the movie, she looked like Rosa Parks limping out of her ex-husband's pharmacy, picking up her AIDS medicine and walking all down the street on her journey to freedom, her journey Smollett to freedom. And I was like, what did I just see, and why was Kim Kardashian here? These were the questions that I had. These were the questions that I had. I was just trying to figure out how. I mean, in the course of, in like 6 months, she went from sleeping with this man to having full-blown AIDS. And then, in the course of like 5 years, everybody but Brandy had AIDS, because Lance Gross had a little gray hair on his temple, and he was giving, father, he had married somebody else, had a family over there. Like I told y'all, Journey Smollett had turned into Rosa Parks in her latter years. Not Rosa Parks when she was 50 and sitting at the back of the bus and was sick of it. And by the way, Claudette Colvin did it first, but this is not your history lesson. She was giving old Rosa, limping down the street to freedom. And Brandy was just standing there looking like Brandy. She looked as young as I do today, a spring chicken. And she was at the beginning of the movie. Brandy just didn't age. She told Tyler Perry, listen, I'm going to do your little movie. I'm going to be in your little movie. But in that final scene, when you make her look like Rosa and you make him look like what Stokely Carmichael might look like today, what Medgar Evers might look like today, real Black history, I'm going to look like Brandy. And that's just that on that. I don't know what to tell you. That's what happened, because you see that final scene and she was just like, hey, girls, it's me, Brandy, get into. Anyway, so I saw them in the scene, and I couldn't think about nothing but how stupid that movie was, is my point. Let's see. They're going to have a silent listening party. There's a, Gigi and Alex are beefing, so she proposes that we have a duel. Let's duel. We're going to have a silent listening party. I don't understand what these little what is these new things these kids doing at these parties with these headphones on? What is y'all doing? I guess you don't want the noise ordinances, but sweetie, it's ugly. Y'all look stupid. You look dumb. Anyway, they're having a silent listening party, and so Gigi, see, the writers, when writers try to keep up with the young people and they don't know how to use this, or anybody, not even just the young people, because I've seen young people misuse slang terms because they don't know what words mean. They don't understand linguistics. I'm gonna break it down for you. Alex came to Gigi, said, hey, sweetness, let's have a duel. Gigi said, I'm good, love, enjoy. And then proceeded to say, yes, let's have a duel. That's not what I'm good, love, enjoy means. I'm good, love, enjoy means I'm not going to do that for you, but you have a good time doing it yourself. Writers, come on. Now I'm gonna give you an example of people in real life misusing slang as well. On Twitter, when somebody says something out of pocket, people say, that ain't it, chief. Calling the person chief. Some kind of way the girls on Twitter got real twisted and started saying, I called Chief and he said that ain't it. Or, let me talk to Chief and see if it's it. No, that's not how the slang works. When you're telling someone that ain't it, comma, Chief, you're calling that person Chief. So if you call Chief and ask if that's it, you're calling the person you're trying to tell that ain't it. It don't work. Let's utilize language. I'm tired and I'm having a bad day, and it's reflecting on this video. Who cares? So they're gonna have a silent listening party. We'll get back to it in a little while. Star is in jail, period. And she calls her sister. They on the phone. She start crying. I'd be crying too. If ever I have to go to prison, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry from the time I get there to the time I get out. If I get 30 years to life, I'm gonna just be crying all day, every day. It doesn't matter. I'm going to cry. I'm light-skinned. They're gonna beat me up, whatever. I'm gonna be crying. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna cry. Period. They on the phone crying. Simone says, well, can you sing with me? Star's like, I'm not gonna sing here in this jail. 5, 6, 7, 8, baby, I tried, but I can't love you. And I'm just like, why do they try to do this little moment of contention, this moment of I'm not going to do it, and then immediately go, you just cut that out the writing. It looks dumb. You could have just said, yes, I'll sing 5, 6, because she immediately went, I don't care. It was on my nerves though. What else was on my nerves was they couldn't get these actors to sync up a little bit better. The girls were singing in 2 different keys. 2 different keys. 2 different keys. I just couldn't be bothered. I'm sitting here, you got one over here, baby, I can't, my ear doesn't work in 2 different keys. I'm not gonna be able, I was about to try to give you, baby, I tried, but I can't love you. And then try to give you a different key. It's gonna take me like 5 minutes to map out a whole, I got to hear it, and no. 2 different keys. I was so unbothered, but upset at the same time. I was unbothered set. Anyway, I got somewhere to go. I gotta get a move on. Apparently Noah and Simone are performing together now. Why don't they just put Noah in take 3 and make it take 4? He got a song with everybody. He got a baby with one of them. That's the biggest collab. I just don't understand. When did Noah and Simone have a song? Because Bruce comes over and is like, or Lance Gross comes over and it's like, they want y'all to perform at this bachelorette party together. And I'm like, what they gonna perform? They gonna sing a little bit of his, sing a little bit of hers. What they gonna do? But apparently they had a song together. I was so confused. That's another thing I really don't understand about this show. They only break out new songs when they need to, because every time we see Gigi, lesbian auntie Keke Palmer, it's Body Cold Frosty, and I'm so saucy, and I'm cold, you know. And it's a bop. Every time I hear it, I'm like, okay, and I can F some ketchup if I want to. Ow, F it up. I wish I had on a wig or something, you know. Like I be with one leg and the right cheek froze. It's a bop. But every time we see her, it's the same song. Every time we see, you know, we think about Stein and Simone's mama, you know, it's Unlove You. She only had the one song. What is it? Mixed Harmony only had the one song? The one song? I don't understand. Anyway, at the club. I guess this was at the listening party. Had to be at the listening party. Simone was talking to Alex. I guess they was talking about whether or not she gonna carry this baby if she find out she's pregnant. I couldn't be bothered to listen to that because you hear whoop whoop, pull over, that ass is too fat, dumps in the truck, thoughts like what, that hoe got more booty in the ow, I love me some Trina. So I couldn't be bothered to listen to what they was talking about, because you have to listen to the lyrics. When Trina's speaking to you, you have to listen to the words coming forth from her mouth. My niece told y'all twice in the song that there's not now hoe in the world that has more booty in the butt. Now hoe. Twice in that verse she told y'all. At the beginning she let you know that there are dumps in the truck thighs like what? And also, now hoe got more booty in the butt. She ended the verse letting you all know. And remember, family and friends, remember, now hoe got more booty in the butt. Period. Anyway, lesbian auntie, honey, she walked up on Alex, kissed her in the mouth. I'm like, what is going on? Where are we going with this? What is this? And why? Charlene is the evil twin's name. She in there sleeping with the judge because, you know, we're trying to get style, but the date keeps getting pushed back. Turns out the judge is filthy. He's filthy. He in there, they bust in the room, Charlene beating him, you know, sexually, with a paddle and carry on. He talking about hit him harder, and ooh, the ghetto. They bust in recording. She talking about, you have no proof. Cotton was like, mic check, 1, 2, recording. Hell, for what you mean? So, start getting out of jail. The doctor shows up to Noah's house. They do a mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me see your back. Your back x-rays look good. You're doing well. I'm gonna prescribe you some ibuprofen. Noah says, now wait a minute, doctor. Hold on. I'm gonna need some more oxy. It's working. Let's not give up what's working. I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I knew that I would. So good. So good. I got you. I feel nice. Ow. Like sugar and spice. I feel nice. Like sugar and spice. So nice. Dun, dun, so nice. I got you. Dun, 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 dun. When I hold you in my arms, I know that I can't do no wrong. And when I hold you in my arms, love can't do me no harm. And I feel nice, like sugar and spice. Woo! I feel nice. When that song came out, I know the girls had to go crazy. That is a bop. So nice. So nice. I got you. Woo, I love me some good music. Anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, Brother Man said he feels fine. Let's stick with the oxy. I still think the doctor was a plant. I think him saying let's move down to 800 milligrams was a test that Noah failed. Granddaddy child molester pops on over to Brandy's. Brandy's like, I'm minding my business, sitting up in my room. And here you go, hairy-assing me, as my great-great-aunt would say. Hairy-assing me. He's like, I'm sick, something's wrong, something's going on. I'm not gonna give y'all no Al Green, I just gave y'all James Brown. You gotta hit that one, I'm sorry. I'm sick, is what he's saying, and Brandy's like, I don't give a damn, I don't care, you sick, whatever, don't matter to me. And sends him on, I don't know, I got real, I don't know, it's Tyler Perry, but also a little bit of like DMX, maybe some mystical in there, I don't know what was going on. Sends him on. Lance Gross is like, you shouldn't talk to your father like that, and Brandy's like, you don't know what it's like. They had this whole long spiel. I don't know if it was in this moment. We see them again. We saw them together like 3 times in the scene, and I just kept thinking about how Journey Smollett got full-blown AIDS and was on their journey to freedom at the end of the movie. She didn't have a car. She couldn't call a taxi. She had to hobble. Last thing we saw in that movie as the credits were rolling was Journey Smollett just limping down the street. What is going? Maybe she was on her way to the bus stop. She just did not look well. The AIDS medication wasn't working. We need to have another movie where they go into an investigation about Lance Gross. Is he giving this girl the right prescription? She shouldn't look like that. Magic Johnson walks just fine. I don't understand. Anyway, but yeah, Lance Gross says his mama didn't like him because he reminded her of his father. I was like, that's most people. That's most people. I don't understand. I've heard similar. I don't understand. That's everybody. Why is you so? That was your big reveal. I look like my daddy. Everybody look like their daddy sometimes, except for folks that don't. But I don't know. I don't know that life. Anyway, wait, where am I? I don't know. He says he got over his problems, basically. Let's get over to Gigi, lesbian auntie Kiki Gigi Palmer, and her lesbian auntie Red. Red busts up in the studio with some cocaine, like, hey girl, let's get into this. And then they do. Now, mind you, Kiki Palmer gives us this reveal, or Gigi gives us this reveal. It's like, have you ever thought about what this stuff did to my mama? And I tell you, like, girl, your mama died because she didn't know how to handle her stuff. We good. And I'm like, first, rude. Second, Gigi, sweetie, you had this whole big sobering moment. Have you ever thought about what this does to my mama, or did to my mama? Like, you just immediately started sniffing the cocaine, sweetie. Where's your impulse control? You and Noah, what's going on? I'm not gonna give y'all no Marvin Gaye. I gave y'all the Al Green note, and I gave y'all James Brown. So in the meantime, honey, Alex is in there recording, and I'm like, y'all don't see this beautiful black woman in the window with the phone like this? I would have seen. Okay, anyway. Derek says don't release the tape to Alex. Alex like, I don't know. Cause she coming for me. She hairy-assing me. I don't understand. I just want to be left alone. I don't want it to be left alone in my, private home? But why do I always feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, and I always feel like somebody's watching me? Hey, I have no privacy. Oh, you know, a little bit of Rockwell for you with a little piece of Michael. Derek says don't release it. She decides she's not gonna release it. I forgot to mention Noah went to this function, this bachelorette party in a house coat. I feel like I should be able to go anywhere I want to in a house coat if he could go there in that house coat. Rick Ross was there. Apparently it was his fiance that was bacheloretting. He said he didn't trust her, and I'm like, why is you marrying her if you don't trust her? I'm confused. What? You can look but don't touch. You don't think? If you think she gonna be in here cheating on you, y'all don't need to see, this is what I need people to understand. When you think you're ready to get married, think about whether or not you could trust them on that final night out before they get married. And if you don't think you can, you're probably not ready to get married. If you don't think you can trust yourself, you're probably not ready to get married. Anyway, Rick Ross says, I'm gonna have my eye on you, Simone Davis. Something, like a boss. And I'm just like, no thanks. I didn't. Shoo. They sing the song. I'm trying to see, they finna have sparks fly, because he done been through the group. He's been through the group. I'm sick of it. I didn't see no sparks. Plus, Simone is a lesbian. I don't know. She dating that little soft man over there because he's soft, sweetie. Put the pieces together. He's delicate, honey. She likes him because he's Gentile. He's not Jew. He's Gentile. Anyway, they at the listening party. Lisa McDowell comes in. She like, I'm gonna listen to a couple of these songs. I got somewhere to be in a little while, but I'm gonna let you know how I feel. She listened to a couple songs. And she's like, Alex, you handled this with class and grace, and I'm going to write an article about you to be out before midnight. I got somewhere else to be. God bless you. I'm going to see you later. And she goes on. Which it was so good to see her, but every time I see her, I think about that time Tyler Perry shot her all up in her chest in that show on network. It's like, I be watching these shows. Lee Daniels in particular, I watch the show and I think about Tyler Perry really shot up all up in the chestes. Anyway, she goes on. Before this happened, I think Alex walks over to Gigi and is like, hey, so check this out. I got this footage of you doing your cocaine, taking the long sniff. If you don't leave me alone, I'm releasing it. I'm not going to release it now, but if you don't leave me alone, I'm releasing it. Auntie Curly walks up after Alex walks off and is like, so what was that about? She says, nothing, never mind, let's go on in here. So they in here. And they listening to the music, with their headphones on and dancing. And you hear Alex, I don't remember what song Alex had on. I just know that when they got over to Gigi's song, it was Body Cold, Frosty, and I'm so, and I'm so. And I can also catch up if I want to. A little bit of that. It's just a bop, I'm sorry. While that's going on, the tape gets out of Gigi snorting the cocaine. I already knew it was one of the aunties. I'm sitting here like, Auntie Curly done released this tape because she asked immediately after Alex walked off, what was this? Let me see your phone. So I'm like, dang, Auntie Curly, I thought you was the one with sense. We know Auntie Red is a little, got a lot going on with her. But Curly, okay, the winds, honey, the gale, the Oprah and Gale Force winds are picking up out here. Anyway, I've been on this video so long, girl. It's just, it was a lot going on, though. And anyway, the tape is released, and Keke Palmer starts hollering about how this is all Red's fault. And I'm like, okay, well, it is. You lost your career due to drugs and craziness, and then you pushed all your vices on me, giving me weed at 12 years old. Because Keke Palmer over enunciates, which is how she could just never be from Kylie Pod. Never. They should have got, what's the girl from Vine? The one that's like Keke Palmer, but from Vine. Summerella. They should have got her. She could sing. And also she is from Georgia. She's from Atlanta. She's from the area. Because you be watching Keke Palmer and it's like, yes, you're good. You do good things. But you in this over enunciation when you're supposed to be from the hood. They keep putting her in stuff where she's supposed to be from the hood, but she's giving you, linguistics. This is all your fault, Auntie. Because you gave me weed at 12 years old. And cocaine as well. How dare you? You're fired. It's like, girl, if you angry and you from the South, you're not going to enunciate like that. It's just it. Anyway, So she carries on. She fires Red. Red is like, you and the music. You're all I've got. You know, all of that. And she's like, I don't care. You know, very Brandy earlier in the episode. I don't give a damn. Go forth. Get away. Go. Scat. Shoo. And so, you know, Keke Palmer does a dramatic, oh, my life is over, it's ruined kind of, you know, gesture as Red walks off. Curly just standing there like, girl, what the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? And ain't nobody explaining before she starts to point her cane. Honestly, I'm sitting there like, call Iyanla. Somebody call Iyanla so she can have y'all put y'all's bellies on the earth. Because this right here is not swag. I don't know. Where's Carlotta Khadijah James Brown? I'm watching the show and I'm just sitting here like, where is Carlotta Khadijah James Brown? Where is she? Somebody answer my question. At some point she was getting back on the plane. I'm like, where was she? Where was she? We got the ASAs. You supposed to be the girls, you know, mama and them. You supposed to be around. Anyway, granddaddy child molester done fell. He at the hospital. Grandmama thug, what I call him? What did I call her? Grandpatty. Grandpatty apparently called. We didn't see her either. She told Brandy, your daddy in the hospital. So she go on down to the hospital. I'm like, if you so done with your daddy, why you going down to the hospital? She go down to the hospital. The daddy like, hey, what's going on? All right, now come sit on my lap. I'll get you any flavor ice cream you want. Just come sit on my lap. And she like, great. Nigga think I'm Carlotta. I'm not Carlotta. I'm Brandy. I'm Cassie. You molested my sister. And he like, I don't know. What is, who? Who? Where? I don't know. I got Alzheimer's, and I told y'all from the first time we saw him, that man had Alzheimer's. But whatever. In the middle of the party, you know, everybody watching the video, I'm like, hey y'all, see, these young people don't know how to do one thing at a time. Y'all supposed to be listening to the music. Y'all ain't supposed to be looking at your phones. Everybody got their phones out. They looking at the video. And Keke Palmer walks out and she's standing in the middle of the crowd looking around. And all of a sudden, there's a bright white light. I'm like, oh, maybe she passed out. She didn't. What happened was she had transposed back into little Erica from Ludacris's Runaway Love. I'm saying, like, all of a sudden she had bangs and a ponytail. I said, that little Erica's only 11 years old. Trying to find out why the world is so cool. What is happening? All of a sudden she was little Erica. She did this song, and I have to admit, she was singing about, you know, how her life been hard and whatnot. And then we see little Erica and her mama getting cracked. They in the alley. Why you bring your baby to the crack alley? You couldn't have told her to stand in the convenience store, you know, on the other side of the alley. You had to bring her into the alley. Bad parenting. I mean, the cracking in of itself is bad parenting, but the alley, it's a lot. Mama, you know, she's shooting up, she tapping the veins and, you know, doing all the drug things. I don't know. And I'm just like, girl, a lot. You know, we've seen that she's gone through. I feel like it could have been spread out over some episodes, but whatever. She sings, you know, little Erica. And then she pops on back into the real world and she's like, put the camera there. Why you got the camera in my face? And I'm like, all right, settle down. You're real bold right now. And then we hear pop. And I was like, oh, Jesus, what is going on? You know, I wasn't expecting. Usually at times when they shoot, you'll be expecting somebody to shoot somewhere. I was not expecting the gunshot. I'm like, who's shooting? Turn around, girl. Red done shot herself in the middle of the club. What is going on? She's laying there, looked like her eyes was open. I'm just like, and then Keke Palmer has to give, you know, Daytime Emmy award winning, no, somebody help me, call an ambulance, somebody. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. I almost gave y'all a little piece of something. I don't know. But she's, you know, giving, oh no, and then she's giving, I'm sorry, auntie. I'm so sorry. And yeah, it's a lot. And then we see Gigi down at the studio again. I'm like, she ain't got a house, an apartment, a little townhouse, a hotel room, something. She's sleeping at the studio. She in the studio. Noah comes in and is giving, hey girl. I understand you going through. I've also gone through love, basically. But Gigi says, you know Alex leaked that tape, right? And Noah's like, no, she didn't. She wouldn't even do you like that. That's not, you know, that's not how she rolls. And Gigi immediately is like, no, I'm just like, I know Red leaked it. It's fine. I know she did. I'm like, I mean, she didn't give it to you in a jovial way, but it was immediately like, you know, Alex leaked the tape. No, she didn't. Yeah, I know. It was Red. What'd you accuse Alex for? Why? wide. Anyway, girl, I've been on this camera so long, Jesus. Let me get away. Let me run away, love. Anyway, you know, Noah talks about how he was addicted. Gigi sitting there being addicted. That, you know, the mama was addicted. Then I'm sitting here thinking about Simone and Star's mama was addicted, and Simone was addicted to a little something here and there. They just need a group. Just form a little group. Y'all be sober companions and partners and check in on each other and don't do drugs. I don't know. I guess this is when Brandy goes to the hospital and granddaddy child molester's mind leapt from his body, honey. It leapt. He was like, girl, sit down on this lap, honey. I'm gonna get you some ice cream later. His mind was missing. We was hanging up posters like, where is child molester granddaddy's mind? And then he came back when Brandy, because I forgot this part. That's why I'm going over it again. Brandy was like, you molested my sister and do. And you know, the baby died. She had to grieve the baby all by herself. Then the daddy was like, oh no, the baby lived. Baby over there. I'm like, what is going on? The baby alive, Jesus? What? No. I feel like we already have seen the baby. I truly feel like we've seen the baby. I feel like the baby is gonna end up being one of these characters we've seen before, but you know, whatever. The baby could be anybody. You know they love a guest star. But yeah, his mind was gone. Then all of a sudden it was like, oh, the baby living. Baby fine. What is he, about 30 years old now? He minding his business. He over there. Like, what? I hope the baby ain't somebody kind of slept with, because you know, when you don't tell your children that they got siblings out there, anything can happen. Anything. So we hoping and praying and wishing that Cotton has not slept with her brother. We're really praying for that. Alex decides she's gonna go to therapy. We at the ASA nominations announcement party. Cynthia Bailey gets up there, and I almost hollered. I love something about just seeing Cynthia Bailey brings me joy. She's like, it's like, what a regal individual. She's such a regal individual. You see her and it's like, this is the opposite of Wendy Williams. Work. You know, she was up there. She's announcing the awards and the girls and, you know, well, not the awards, but the nominations. Noah and Alex got a nomination for, I guess, So Sick of Love songs. And I'm like, that song came out like 15 years ago. What is the time frame on this thing? What's the time frame? Because if we're going by the little bits and pieces that they give us, Simone should not be older than 18 years old. Why is she drinking freely at these clubs and functions? What's her name? Star should only be about 19. And Alex, she might be 20, 21. 22 at best. Because I think she was 19 when the show started. It ain't been that long. But they're trying to make it, the girl has gestated a baby and had it. Davis is born. What is the time frame? Anyway, and she was not pregnant when that song came out. So for it to be nominated for this year's ASA, if it's this song, the times don't match. Star's getting ready to get out of jail. She packing up her stuff. Simone's Us alter ego. You know how in Us, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't tell y'all about it. Plan to see it this weekend. It's them and then it's them. The other them, the evil them. This is Simone's Us alter ego in this jail. Another light-skinned mixed girl standing there like, evil twin sent you a message. And Simone's like, Star's like, am I supposed to be scared of you? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you didn't even hear the message. And all of a sudden, Star punches the girl in the face. And I'm just like, Star, you staying in jail. Period. I'm calling your probation officer. You're going to jail that way. And that's on period. You can't get yourself out of jail. You was just looking at the picture of the baby. You can't get yourself out of jail. You got to swing on this girl for real. For real. Ignorant. Michael Jackson said it best when he said, it's ignorant. It's just so ignorant. Why is you, the ghetto. Anyway, I'm getting off this video. I got another couple videos that I need to make, and I got to get showered and dressed and out the house in like an hour. So, the ghetto. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things that YouTubers say. I'm sorry the video was so long, honey. Rambling. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.